In the vast world of culinary delights, there exists a vegetable that evokes a strong reaction from many, a food that garners both admiration and distaste in equal measure. Today, I want to share my experience with one particular food that I find exceptionally unappealing, the bitter gourd, more commonly known as Karela. This humble vegetable, often praised for its health benefits, is notorious for its overwhelmingly bitter flavor, an attribute that dominates every aspect of its presence on the plate. No matter how it's cooked, the bitterness seems to cling stubbornly, making it a challenging dish for those with a sensitive palate. The moment you encounter Karela, it's hard to ignore its distinct appearance. Its rugged, bumpy exterior presents a stark contrast to the smooth skins of more favored vegetables. Yet, it's not just its looks that are unsettling, it's the experience that unfolds once it's put to the test in the kitchen. When Karela is sliced, the smell that wafts through the air can be quite off-putting. It carries a sharpness that feels almost invasive, lingering in the kitchen long after the cooking process is done. As the Karela cooks, the kitchen fills with an aroma that leads you to expect something savory, but instead, you are met with the pungent scent that hints at the bitterness to come. The anticipation can be unbearable, especially for someone like me, who dreads the taste that is soon to follow. Once on the plate, it presents itself with a certain charm, perhaps enticing to those who appreciate its health properties, but for me, it's an immediate deterrent. The texture of Karela contributes to my aversion. When you take a bite, the thick, crunchy flesh initially feels appealing, but as you chew, the strangeness becomes amplified. It's gritty, almost fibrous, and it seems to take a long time to break down in your mouth. That's when the bitterness truly sets in, coating your tongue with a flavor that lingers persistently, far too long for comfort. It's as if the bitterness is a resident, refusing to leave, making each swallow a struggle. Some might argue that Karela is an acquired taste, one that many cultures embrace due to its purported health benefits, such as lower blood sugar levels and high nutritional value. However, no amount of nutritional praise can overshadow the visceral reaction of bitterness that greets me each time I encounter this vegetable. I find myself feeling conflicted. The rational part of me acknowledges the vegetable's health advantages, while my taste buds firmly protest against even the slightest hint of Karela in any dish. People often prepare Karela in various ways, whether it's a stir-fry, stuffed, or even in a curry. Yet, despite these numerous preparation methods, one constant remains: the bitterness. Even when attempts are made to balance its flavor with spices and other ingredients, the bitter notes always seem to shine through, refusing to be masked. I've tried it cooked with ample seasoning, mixed with curious combinations, yet the end result remains the same: a battle of flavors that I just cannot win. The memories of gatherings where Karela is served evoke cringes rather than excitement. I recall the times when well-meaning friends and family excitedly present dishes laden with Karela, eagerly awaiting my reaction. The polite smiles and nods I muster feel like an exercise in deception, as I attempt to mask my distaste while chewing through the overwhelming bitterness. Each bite feels like a chore, and I find myself longing for the taste of something far more palatable, anything to cleanse my palate of the bitter aftertaste that remains. And let's not forget about the aftermath of consuming Karela. The bitterness doesn't simply vanish after the meal ends. It seems to linger, almost like a stubborn stain that refuses to wash away. For hours, I find myself haunted by that bitter flavor, reminiscent of a time I wish I could forget. Even water, meant to cleanse and refresh, seems to carry a whisper of bitterness, a haunting reminder of Karela's lingering presence. Life is too short to eat foods that make you cringe, yet Karela finds its way onto menus and into the homes of so many who swear by its benefits. It's perplexing, really, how this vegetable continues to maintain its popularity despite its divisive nature. Perhaps it's a cultural staple for some, a dish that is celebrated and cherished, but for me, it stands as a formidable foe in the culinary landscape. In conclusion, while many might rave about the health benefits of bitter gourd and extol its virtues in their diets, I find myself firmly in the camp of avoidance. The bitter taste, the strange texture, and the unpleasant smell all combine to create an experience I would rather not endure. I'll take my chances with other vegetables, ones that allow me to savor the joys of cooking and dining without the looming bitterness of Karela hanging over me. It's a simple choice, really, to embrace what delights the senses and to avoid what does not. Bitter gourd, for all its health claims, remains a food I truly try to avoid, ensuring that my culinary experiences are filled with flavors that bring joy rather than bitterness.